Hello, everyone. Today is a beautiful day in Northeast Ohio. Just kidding. It is not. It is nasty out. We are under a winter storm warning, and I have some things I got to get accomplished around the yard and get this set up for the snow. This has been a mild fall, and I haven't really had any snow to deal with, so I'm a little bit behind. Weather is a great motivator, I have learned with Firewood. So I got to get this roof that I'm under cleared out. I got some re-splitting to do. I got some wood to move around so I can get my trailer put underneath the roof. I like to leave my trailer under here in the winter. It just makes things nice with the snow and ice not getting in the trailer. Makes it easier to load, and it's better for the customer that way. I do have, I'm planning ahead. When you deliver to restaurants, when you're with them long enough, they develop a pace with their consumption, and I kind of know when they're going to be ordering, and this snow event that's coming in is going to be right in the tail end of it. Where I need to have the trailer ready to load. So I will be getting the trailer underneath the roof. I'm going to be covering some of the firewood that I know will be going out, and that will help me load so I'm not having to fight through all this snow to get wood, to get the wood loaded in the trailer. For those of you that may not know, we're here in Northeast Ohio. This is pretty much known as the Great Lakes region. We are 30 miles inland from Lake Erie, and the phenomenon that we experience out here, guys, is called lake effect snow. If you live in this area, people live in fear of the lake effect snow. I'm trying to stay out of the wind so you're not getting any of this wind blowing in the microphone. So lake effect snow is when the lakes are not frozen. And you know, Lake Erie, I think, is the shallowest of the Great Lakes, and it is the first to freeze. But we've had such a warm winter and fall that I don't know when Lake Erie is going to freeze. But you get cold air that blows over top of the lake that comes in from Canada, and it picks up moisture, and then it dumps it onto the mainland. And if you live right on the lake shore, you really don't get a lot of lake effect snow. But when you live inland and on the higher elevations, you can get anywhere from 0 to 3 feet with one storm. And they say that it comes in bands, like fingers that spread out. If you look at it from a satellite, they'll just be like fingers of bands of these snowstorms that just come in off of Lake Erie. And it could be literally the next town over will get just a light dusting, and you'll get 6 inches to a foot of snow. So that is what you have to deal with here in Northeast Ohio. It's just another way of life. And anyone that lives in Wisconsin, Michigan, Minnesota, New York, Pennsylvania, it's just something that you have to deal with. And it's certainly something I have to deal with in delivering firewood, because I just don't deliver firewood when the roads are bad. The challenge, though, becomes when you have restaurants, because the restaurants, they need their firewood when they need their firewood, despite the weather. So I keep an eye with the weather, and I can tell when we're going to have a storm that's coming up, and I have an agreement with them, and they understand that if they usually order a cord of firewood, I'll take them a half cord before the storm so that we're not caught in the middle of it where I just can't take this trailer out on the road in bad weather. It's just too risky. If it comes down to it, if we're in the middle of a storm and someone dropped the ball, I'll just load up a small load in the four-wheel drive and take it out, and like a care package for them to get through the weather. And then once the roads are dry, then I'll bring the full load out. So that's what I got going. I have gotten not lazy. I'm just I got wood that's out of place right now, and it goes underneath this this roof. And I had sat down some wood here that needs resplit and stacked. And then I had bought wood the other day, and I was stacking it over here, And as I was pulling the wood out, there was about 10 pieces of oak. And I had my trailer underneath the roof because I just backed the trailer right up and then just load it right into my area. Well, I didn't have my wheelbarrow back in here, so I just laid it on the ground. One of the commitments that I've made to myself is to try not to work off of the ground. This bending over, picking up stuff is what, really wears you out quick. So that's what I'm going to be doing today. I got my super splitter under the roof. These super splitters are great, guys, but they don't like working in wet conditions. If the wood's wet or if it's raining, I don't use it because that top beam will gum up really quick. The bearings will gum up on them, and especially if it turns cold, they'll freeze up, and then that's when they start cutting flat spots into your beam or onto the bearing wheel itself. So the other thing is I am going to tarp off some firewood. The wood that I'll be delivering is back, where am I at here? Back in here. And if I can't get my trailer back there because of the depth of the snow, then so be it. But I'll just have to start wheelbarrowing it. I will drive my four-wheel drive back and forth and make me some paths. And that's just, that's just the stuff that I got to do to keep my customers happy. But I'm going to be tarping off the first 2 rows that are ready to go just to keep the snow off of it. That is a big debate, and I am not passionate about this debate, but I do have my own opinions. And if you feel differently, I would never argue with you. It's just from my own experiences. About people always ask, do you cover your wood? Do you do this? Do you do that? You stack it bark up, you stack it bark down. Guys, I have tried everything in my 15 years in firewood, making, for my own use and now as I sell it. I have tried everything except I never tried one of those Holzhausens, those round ones, that I've never tried that. It just looks like it's too much. It looks like it's too much work for me. But I have tried everything. Single file, 3 rows, covered, not covered, bark up, bark down. I have come to the conclusion that it doesn't matter. And I have left wood out in the elements and it just seasons out fine and it burns great. The only time I will cover my wood when it's either for my use or if it's going out to a customer is, for instance, a situation like this. When I know that the weather's turning sour and I would just like for it to be dry, either to help me load it or to be good for the customer to get a nice dry load of firewood. But that bark up, bark down, I understand the theory behind it, but I've just never seen the benefits. And if there are benefits, I think they're at such a small increment that I just, it's just something that I don't notice, or I'm not appreciating. So I am curious to know your opinions, because I know that there are people who are passionate about this. I am not going to argue with you, and I would believe anything that you would tell me. It's just from my own experiences. I've just never seen the benefit of it. So let me turn this around. I hope that the wind isn't making. I hate that noise when the wind blows. Let me turn this around. And this is an area here. I don't have my wall constructed yet, but this wall I make all the way up to here, and I stack all my cherry here. I'll stack 3 or 4 rows deep. I just haven't gotten into it yet, and that helps this from becoming a wind tunnel. And here's the wood that I'm going to be resplitting, and that's going to be stacked right here because this row's coming this way. And then this is the oak that I got a wheelbarrow, just get it out of the way. All of this is just going to be where the trailer is going to go. I'm just going to back the trailer right into this roof and unhitch, and I'm going to keep my truck out just in case I need it. I'll be covering these 2 rows of logs back here. All right, so let me go get some of my hired help to come out here and hold the camera. I'm going to do some resplitting and some wheelbarrowing, and I hope you guys enjoy this. So guys, there you go. Like I said, it is nasty out. Just a hard rain. It's starting to now turn into some snowflakes, and I got to get the snowblower ready. Everything, the weather changes everything. So there you go. Just another day in the life of a firewood delivery service. So do I want to trade my job with sitting in a cubicle in a nice warm office? No, I still wouldn't do it. People complaining about leaving the coffee pot empty or leaving their original copy on the copier, these things that just infuriate people. That's still something that I would just leave behind. I'll take this bad weather any day. All right, so there you go, guys. I want to thank everyone for watching. We post videos every Wednesday and Sunday. Everyone, have a great day.